You're listening to Write the Book Now interview and podcast show with host and creator Dr. Sharon H. Porter.
Are live with you tonight with a special Write the Book Now, a three-part series. I am Dr. Sharon, and you are viewing Write the Book Now. I have two lovely authors with me this evening, none other than Miss Ashley Little and Miss Tawanya Wilson. Both are authors. We have one visionary author, one contributing author in Gyrlfriend Code Sorority Edition. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Happy to be here.
Yes, and it's just so happened, and you know what? And it just so happened that you ladies are both members of the illustrious sorority of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Woo! What about that? And it wasn't planned. We didn't plan it. It just happened to be that way. So I am so excited. The book has been released. It has hit so many best-selling categories. You are gearing up for the launch that will happen right here in the DMV in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm excited about that. And so we're just going to dive in, and we're going to start with the visionary author. How can you not, right, Miss Ashley?
Right.
I tell you, Ashley, I want you to please share a little bit about your background before we get into the story.
Well, a little bit about me, as I stated, corporate professional by day, by night entrepreneur, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, and co-founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. And of course, I'm a member of, as you stated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And it's such a pleasure to have you here. And, you know, in reading your chapter, because I downloaded the ebook, just absolutely phenomenal chapters all through the book. So I can't wait to dive in. And we're going to go on over to Miss Tawanya Wilson, also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Tawanya, please. Yes, please share a little bit about your background.
Well, I am a medical laboratory scientist by background, leadership trainer and coach, owner of Trinity Elite Coaching and Consulting Services, also the host of the podcast Leadership Tidbits with Coach T. Wilson. So my goal, my aim is to change the next generation of leaders so that they can do better than my generation is doing today. So if I'm not saving lives in the hospital sector, it's all about the next generation of leaders.
I love it. And so we are here just really talking about Gyrlfriend Code Sorority Edition, because this is really a groundbreaking anthology. And, you know, I have to start with our visionary author and just tell us, Ashley, what made you decide to highlight all of the fabulous women of each of the sororities, not just Delta Sigma Theta, but there are members from each of the Divine Nine sororities in this anthology. So why did you decide to do this?
Well, my vision was to bring women together from the whole Divine Nine, to share our positive girlfriend relationship. And what I wanted readers and want readers to continue to take from our book is to hear stories of how women from different sororities have built effective, genuine relationships and were able to connect, collaborate, and build empires together, no matter the sorority that we're part of, right? So that's really what I wanted our readers to take from it, to see that we have positive relationships and that we are all sisters at the end of the day.
I love that. And, you know, your chapter actually started with involvement on the campus of the North Carolina A&T State University. You are a part and was initiated in AFAMU, which was a neighboring university to Winston-Salem State. So I am very familiar with AFAMU. But you talked about really how the ladies on this campus, it was just instilled that you were involved, engaged, and you did everything in excellence. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I wrote about connections, right? Because I wanted that to be in there too, because when in building those relationships, when I was on the campus of North Carolina A&T State University, I built relationships by creating my seat at those tables, right? Where my big sisters were at. And I knew that they walked in excellence, and pretty much as we know that we ran the yard. So we were involved in everything. And I made sure that I built those connections, right? By being involved, by being in leadership positions, by, getting to those tables and showing that I can bring value. So I talk a little bit about that in the book, as well as other connections that I've made with other members of sororities outside of my own. So that's really what I wanted the book to totally come to a circle and talk about. You never know who your destiny is tied to. So don't limit yourself to your sorority or just one person. Get out your comfort zone and build those genuine relationships.
And that was exactly one of the quotes that I picked from you. You said, be willing to expose yourself outside of your comfort zone and embrace other positive environments. And my favorite quote from you always say, is we all can win. And so, yeah, and you were the connection code. And first of all, just kudos to those who named the codes because they got them. They got them. You were about that. Your title of your chapter is Sisterhood Through Authenticity. Can you talk a little bit about the authenticity of sisterhood?
What I wanted people to get from that was that we want to make sure we're genuine, right? We want to make sure when we're connecting that, like I said, we bring value and that we are genuinely want to help each other and genuinely want to reach back and pull forward. And I know I spoke about, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I want people to buy the book, but I spoke about how when I got into corporate America, I had a sorority that reached back and pulled forward to help me continue to get to the next level and climb the corporate ladder as I am today. If it wasn't for that sorority that left her hand out, which instilled in me to be able to reach back and do the same thing. So it's just building those relationships and making sure that you're bringing value. You're bringing value because relationship currency is more valuable than money, right? And we got to make sure we're not just leeching and attaching to people and that we're there to bring value to them, vice versa. And I know we talk about collaboration a lot, but we want to make sure that when we're collaborating with people, that we're bringing value to them. Like, what are we bringing to them as well? Are we helping them get to the next level? So we should go in with a mindset of serving first.
I love that. And such a wonderful segue into Miss Tawanya Wilson, who has the collaboration code. And Tawanya, you got to talk to me about this title. Trust me, girl. Our 1+1 equals endless possibilities. And that speaks volumes about what collaboration really is. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so when I came up with my chapter and thought about my chapter, I thought collaboration. And I knew I wanted to be on this project because I was on other projects with Miss Ashley, and her vision is just amazing. So I knew this was going to be awesome. But a lot of times you hear women can't work together. You can't trust women. And, that, quite frankly, if I've asked the right questions, has not been my experience. And so, I'm letting the readers know what? Our 1+1 together is way more than we could have imagined. So you put together this fantastic cast of authors, and what the end product was simply amazing. And so, as I talk about in my book, in my chapter, you have to get the book to get the full skinny. But, some of the biggest collaborations took place with women who were definitely trailblazers in their own right. But when they came together as one unit, they far exceeded what they could do as each individual person. And so that's what I want people to know, is that you can trust and work with other women. You're going to produce something excellent. And collaboration is the way to go. Me and Ashley and also you, Dr. Sharon, have collaborated on other projects. And again, those things, we're great as one, but we're even more powerful together.
That is so true. And you also mentioned something that was so interesting, because it was my story as well, that you really didn't have a background of sororities before joining Delta Sigma Theta. And that's really my path and my story as well, because we have so many people that either in high school, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get to college to pledge, and all of these things, that maybe because family members are part of organizations or you just see people. But for me, and it sounded like for you, that was not really possible there because you didn't have anyone. Talk a little bit about that and how you really, I think it was your grandmother and your great aunt who were a part of another service organization, not a Greek organization, but that you saw sisterhood through that. Talk to us just a little bit about that.
Right. So I'm a first generation college student. Neither of my parents went to college. They didn't even graduate from high school. So I knew nothing about sororities except for I had a math teacher who was a member of Delta Sigma Theta. And that's all I knew. And so seeing my grandmother and my great aunt, who are both deceased, they were part of a ladies auxiliary, and the bond and connection that those ladies had, and they had chapters in all different cities. And so they didn't necessarily know each other, but when there was a tragedy, those ladies came together as one and really supported and uplifted a sister in need. And so when I saw that, I'm thinking, I want to be a part of something powerful like that. And so when I got to college, Kentucky State University, and started looking, I'm like, oh, there's tons of, great organizations, although there was only one that stood out for me. But I'm like, man, maybe that's something that I need to be a part of. Maybe that's that unity that my grandmother and my great aunt, as I call them, my Golden Girls, got to, be a part of. And so, yes, I'm first generation college student, first one in my family to pledge a sorority, and I haven't looked back. I've been in the sorority for 10 years now and have not looked back, and I am priming the pump for my daughter to be a legacy and roll on in. So
I love that. I love that. And so we're going to go back to our visionary author, Miss Ashley Little. Ashley, you actually founded a nonprofit with other sorority members, the Sweetheart Scholars. Can you please share just a little bit about that organization?
Yeah, Sweetheart Founders was founded by me and 3 other amazing sorors from different chapters throughout the world, and we came together. We are all from Waynesboro, North Carolina, and we saw that there was a gap with our African American girls in our hometown. So we wanted to go back and create opportunities and financial opportunities and resources for them, and mentorship and scholarship to be able to give back. We wanted to start it in North Carolina, which is what we did. And we founded an organization February 5th, 2018. We're a 501c3 as well. And now we're looking to expand it to different places. But our goal was to go back and be the change that we want to see. Our first one that we gave out last year, we ended up giving out 4. So we sent 4 amazing women to college, helping them throughout their 4 years of college with their finances, with their financial resources, as well as mentorship. And now this past May, I went home again and we gave out 3 more. So I'm so excited with what Sweetheart Scholars is going to continue to do. And it's all with my sorority sisters. We came together because we're about change, right? We're trailblazers, and we knew that we wanted to go back and change the stigma and give them something that we didn't have.
Doing what Deltas do. I love it. I love it. Okay, back to you, Miss Tawanya. I want you to talk about this quote. Birds of a feather don't always flock together.
So that's a good one. So me and my best friends are not members of the same organization. We all had a choice and we chose differently. So, my bestie is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I love her to death. We were besties and roommates before either one of us became members of our particular organization. And we made different choices, right, for each of us. And so, yes, they don't always flock together. So sometimes people think, well, you're in different organizations, you must be competing or you can't work together. And that's simply not true. I also have a good friend that we've been friends since high school, and she's a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And so I love her to death, just like a sister. And again, we chose differently. We chose right for each of ourselves. But we just made a different decision, and we happen to share the same line number, and so we tease each other all the time. But with that is, don't get stuck in your circle. You never know who you're going to connect with. You never know who holds the key to open up your door. So birds of a feather don't always flock together. We can be different and still do things that are the same to reach a common goal.
I love it. And so again, the book is the Girlfriend Code Sorority Edition. And I am going to, while you guys think about what your takeaway is for your readers, just share just a little bit about the official launch, which is July 27th in Alexandria, Virginia. And I will allow Ms. Ashley Little to share any of the details because there is an Eventbrite invitation out there floating around by all of the authors. So certainly we want you to RSVP. It is free, but you need to RSVP. And so Ashley, if you would first share your takeaway that you would like your readers to take away from reading your chapter, and then provide how they can be a part of the first official launch of the DMV book signing.
Well, my takeaway for listeners is to always remember your destiny is tied to your connection, and make sure when you're building relationships that you're bringing value to the table. Now for the official book signing, it is Saturday, July 27, 2019 in Alexandria, VA at the Courtyard by Marriott in Alexandria, Old Town. Okay. And it's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We look forward to having a great time to come out and hear trailblazers from all of the Divine Nine sororities to share their positive girlfriend relationships. So come out and support. As Dr. Sharon has stated, the Eventbrite is up and it's free for you all to RSVP to attend the event. It's going to be an amazing night, and I look forward to seeing all of you to come out. So please come out and support us to hear these amazing stories.
Please share, Ashley, how people can connect with you, and how can they follow you, and how can they purchase the book from you?
Yeah, so you all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little, and on Instagram at _Ashley A Little, and you all may go buy the book on Amazon. So you can go find the book on Amazon. It's again the Girlfriend Code Sorority Edition.
Awesome. And Tawanya, please share your contact information and how individuals can purchase the book from you.
You can stay up to date with me by going to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Coach T. Wilson. You can find me on LinkedIn at Taiwana Wilson, or you can visit my website, www.coachtwilson.com.
Thank you so much. And guys, this has been such a pleasure. You have got to get this book from any one of the authors. Again, as visionary author Ashley Little stated, we want to meet us in Alexandria, Virginia, July 27th for our official launch of this book. We have been talking with Ashley Little, who is the visionary author and a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and a graduate of North Carolina A&T State University, as well as Ms. Tawanya Wilson, who is also a member of the illustrious Delta Sigma Theta Sorority and a graduate of Kentucky State University. Ladies, I thank you. I can't wait to really dive into your chapters because it's so fascinating, and I'm sure our audience will love to do that as well. So guys, I want to say thank you for joining us, and audience, thank you also. This is a 3-parter. So this was just the first part. You can join us tomorrow night, which is Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, while we continue to meet the authors of Girlfriend Code, the Sorority Edition. And as always, if there's a book inside of you, don't wait. Write the book now.
Thank you for joining another episode of Write the Book Now. If you are contemplating writing a book, don't wait. Write the book now with Dr. Sharon. Contact her at info@writethebooknow.com. Also, take a moment to follow us on social media at Write the Book Now.